Good evening, and welcome to Hang Out in the Crib with the Battle Pirates Crib Crew. I'm the BP Professor, and we have Hefe.
Howdy, everybody.
And George.
Evening, everybody.
And that's it. And I had wine, but I drank it.
Okay.
So, sorry. No live alcohol tasting tonight.
At least you got to show us the label for the sponsor. Okay.
It was Apothic Inferno.
I haven't tried. I've had the Apothic Red. I used to like it. Last time I had Apothic Red, it was like they added like orange syrup or something to it. It was overly sweet and sort of soda poppy.
Wow. Okay.
I used to like it. The Apothic Inferno is a little bit more zin in it. I'm assuming. You can tell.
I don't know. It's kind of a rich, fruity. I don't know.
Okay.
It's another red.
Alrighty. Okay.
Fruit forward, as they say. But anyway, I know you guys all want to hear about the raid and all the new shit going on. And so let's get right into it.
Okay.
The raid is called Bishop's Rock. And if we're lucky, this guy will get his head torn off and white milky fluid will pour out.
Okay. He's quite the birth. Is that a birthmark or we don't know enough about his history.
You guys get the alien reference, right? Bishop was the android and alien.
Okay. I forgot that was.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot. I mean, as soon as you, yeah. I forgot that. I do remember the character.
Or aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah, aliens, not alien.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, raid starts tomorrow. So targets, we got tier 8 now for tier 7 hulls, and 2 targets locked to the upper end, Buccaneer and Hydra, and then a completion bonus if you can do both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I remove something out of this one? Or did you remove it? In tier 7.
No, you gotta. I think it's another click.
Is it a click? Oh, it is a click.
Like that?
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. I didn't realize I made it a click, but okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. At least my thoughts are on this is like these new assets. Go ahead and explain it if you want. More my thought on it.
I mean, I don't think there's much to say. I mean, we're pretty used to it by now, right? You got 2 different top-end campaigns, and for the 2 different top-end hulls, and if you can do them both, you get a bonus.
Yeah, I see more into it.
I just don't like that the bonus is the 4 million instead of being like I would rather see it like 4.5, and 2, like it was in the last raid set. I don't know why they switched back to this, especially when they know that. I mean, most people don't even have a damn Bucky fleet done.
Yeah.
The part I don't like about it is, assuming the Buccaneer's trap is not difficult, it's okay. But these are going to be in your campaign tower. The old targets we saw last month are going to be on the world map. They're not going to be in the campaign tower, so you may have to travel at some point to go get them. And previously it took a long time, but they were worth the points back when they were 3 million per. So it appears, and that was 1.5 million for the damage you did and 1.5 as a bonus for killing it. So it appears, from what I can tell, they just got rid of that bonus for killing it. It's only damage done.
Yeah.
And then you take a look at tier 7, where you're getting you're getting a little over 1.1 million per target. But those targets are probably going to be easier to find because there's going to be a lot more of them. I just don't like how they slashed the points in half on the old one, and then put them on the world map. I don't know.
Well, the overall points that we need this time is a little bit lower, is it not?
Well, we'll get to that.
Ookity.
Yeah. But what I'm saying for people is, if you have a hard time with Buccaneer's Trap, the Buccaneer's Bounty is not. It's not. You're not getting that many
Probably
points
won't be
per
an
target. What?
It probably won't be an easy target.
Oh, the Buccaneer's Trap? Yeah. Well,
Bounty. Even the bounty, right? That wasn't an easy target for 4 Buccaneers.
yeah, it wasn't easy, but you could do it damage-free if you spent time on it. By retreating and all that good nonsense.
Yeah, I guess so.
Recharging your armor. It just took a bunch of time. What I'm saying is, I know a lot of people are autoing the A sets, the 81s, and you're not. I'm just saying at this point, as far as value over time, until we see the other targets, I'm not sure that the Buccaneers Bounty is going to be a time value target unless you're just built for it. Like, I know that George built his stuff for gas targets, putting layered armor on as opposed to the alloy armor. So unless you're really built for it, if you're having a lot of problems with Buccaneer's Trap, you have another option over Buccaneer's Bounty, because you're losing a lot of points, but they're much faster targets. And the point differential, it's between 1 point. Well, if I rounded it to 1.2, it's not as big as what you would think it was.
Yeah, your points per time is probably pretty close, if not better, for the A's, if you're going to do them low damage. All right. Cool.
Hello, everybody.
So,
and then the ladies from the Lingerie Football League bring you the Blitz targets.
Mm-hmm. I assume the one on the left is about the Blitz. So, yeah, I put her in there.
Sure, she looks like she's blitzing.
Yeah. She could drop back into coverage, but we don't know.
She might.
She might, yeah.
I know you want to cover her.
Yeah. So,
all right. So then there's Blitz targets. I mean, the 89's 800K, which I guess compared to 1.16K for doing A set targets is kind of meh. But, if you want to pay for your raid and 2 blitzes, cool.
Yeah. And the hit down multiplier on the 69, we still haven't been told what was it 80, but 80 plus gets the hit down. Well, it's not a multiplier, it's a divider, right? Well, I guess if you multiply it by something less than 1, I guess it is a multiplier.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess
that's crazy, yo.
Yeah. So, okay.
All right, main prizes. So if for some reason you still need the Buccaneer, shame on you, because Kickside did a TLC where someone could help you and get you the Buccaneer for basically no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Cheap.
Yep. So on the right side here, you've got 40 million for the new stuff: the Inferno Dragon, the Twin Fire Rocket, and the RFX Engine. And then you got some old stuff down on the bottom here. But so that's 40 million points for the top stuff, which is about what we've seen usually.
Yeah, but it's also for a new FM cycle. I kind of like that's the. They have some really good prices in a lot of the prizes, but 40 mil for the FM in a raid, I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So,
but
I was just going to say, here's the Inferno Dragon. Is there anything else you want to say about the points?
No, it's. We'll talk about it more when we get to the actual individual part.
Okay, the 20 million point Inferno Dragon. Okay, first thing I see here is 2 days, 3 hours for the Bear Hull, which is pretty good. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's still going to be about if you put charged armor, if you max this out with charged armors and build it, it's still going to be a 17-day build. if you're putting charged armors on it.
Yeah.
The charged armors are adding a weak to that. So it's more of a matter of seeing the target. So
yeah, and I mean, we could go through all these stats. The big wall damage kind of jumps out at you. The big deflections jump out at you. Big defenses, but you just know that whatever the new target is, it's gonna do some damage to these guys. And so I think the point of seeing these big numbers is that it's definitely a step up. And if you try and bring old ships into a new target, you're probably in big trouble.
It's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah, and you'll see this. Larry brought it up. You're going to notice that the wall damage is higher, significantly higher than the building damage on both this and the both on the hull and the weapon. So I think that's foretelling of something that's going to come with the new targets. What number is it going to be? Are they going to be 121s?
Good question.
No, it's not really a good question, but
okay, who cares?
Yeah, well, it just seems like they throw these numbers out there that appear to be random, but sometimes, occasionally, they'll match up, or they'll have like, a Reaver, Reaver Armada target will be the same number as another one. It just makes it more difficult to, communicate with people, because you can't just say the 85, because there might be more than 185. So they have a lot of numbers to deal with. So, well, I'll leave it at that. But it is a cool looking, ship in action.
Yeah, it's cool, and it's got this cool Dragon's Breath aura, which essentially debuffs things in that aura with a range of 95, which is not quite your rocket range. Your rocket range is longer, but certainly this feels like a blitz hull where you just want to charge in. You've got rockets, and you've got this thing that debuffs enemies at short range. So, you're going to want to think about when to charge, and maybe there's going to be cases when you don't want to charge in.
One more time, instances where you don't want to charge.
Well, sometimes you're going to be able to. Sometimes you might be able to outrange enemies, in which case it's better to not take.
Okay, I get you now. You don't want to charge it.
It's reminiscent of the Fang, where we have the inner ring. But if you want to kite something, you're not going to get them in that inner ring. You're going to be still at the outside edge of your weapon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. And there it is. So there's the Inferno Dragon in the center with this Dragon's Breath aura ring around it. And you can see the weapon range is significantly longer.
Mm-hmm. And you also notice that this is from a video that Kixeye put out. You also notice that there's a lot of walls in here, which is probably intended to keep out some of the ballistic zealots and whatnot that a lot of people have relied on recently in the FM. Because I think you're going to take a long time to chew through those walls with that. Be my guess.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, given those numbers, I don't think you're going to be pulling icebreakers in to do this.
No. All right, then we get the Twin Fire Rocket, which is an explosive powerhouse. And then a secondary weapon, which when they're inside the Dragon's Breath range, you can trigger this secondary rocket, which does even more damage.
And it looks like a thrower. It doesn't look like a rocket.
It does look like a thrower. It's pretty cool looking, actually.
Yeah, which is a little bit confusing because it looks like they actually took the animation directly from the thrower. And the thrower always does radioactive, but this one does explosive.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen that historically when they're borrowing, taking one from one graphic and just making it something completely different.
Yep.
You know.
Oh, it was on the splash screen when you log in that they used the wrong hits again, by the way, for those that are keeping track.
Nice.
I think they do it just to piss me off.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to know by now. I say it every time.
You think?
All right. And then the RFX Engine. This is a new special. It replaces your engine and then also gives explosive reload instead of evade and turn. Well, it gives turn.
What do you guys think about this? Because I'm not that impressed with this. Like I think I'm going with speed system instead. It's a Blitz hull.
Yeah. I think we'll get a little bit onto the next one because if you look at this, you don't get the speed that the 90 plus 90s that you'd be getting from speed system. An explosive reload of plus 50 is not that significant if you start looking at the cluster warheads and other stuff.
Yeah, what do you got? You got 4 reload time here, so it's going to be 1 on a skulled hull.
Yeah, the cluster warheads, you can even use some of the little ones, and you're getting up, but that adds like hundreds of percent.
And it's already got 50% reload, so actually it's 0.67 without any changes. So yeah, if you want to use a reload special, then that's probably best to use something other than this one.
Yeah, and he's also and it also takes the space of an actual, and you can't put speed system, you can't put
right.
This is an engine, even though it doesn't look like our typical engine, and it does have a lower combat speed. I think there's a reason they do this. It does take a little while to put on. It's 20 and a half hours. But if you go to the next slide, I think this is the reason they did it. If you put this special on the Inferno Dragon, you get a combat speed of 59. If you put speed system 5 on a Zealous or a Monolith, you get the same exact speed. And I think that's the reason it's done that way. I haven't been in any of the previews, and I'm just looking at it and jumped to that assumption that at least at first there's going to be some sort of potential synergy with your Monolith and your Zealous at the beginning because they've speed synced them.
Yeah, the Zealous running counters for Infernos might be a good way to go. Might even be a good transition, while you have just a couple Infernos built. Yeah.
The other thing is on the Inferno Dragon, front 4 weapon slots allow you to use regular weapons and countermeasures. The back 4 only allow you to put weapons on them. They're only standard. No countermeasures are allowed.
Yeah, so you might get a little pinched on numbers of countermeasures, which is why this kind of configuration might come in handy. All right.
All good.
And some other new stuff. You've got a new turret armor, which gives, I'll say, a significant amount of armor.
Yeah. I mean, you get for basically double the. Well, it's not even double. It's almost double the power consumption. You're getting 500,000 armor, which is
lots.
It's lots. I mean, all the other armors they're sort of like charged armors at this point. They don't actually significantly increase your armor if you're already at several million to add 16,000. So all you really had.
And I wasn't saying, given some of the the new tier 7 hulls when they're coming out with 2.5 million points of hit points. This is the way to escalate that, unless they give us new turrets again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming we're going to get a steady supply of new turrets to go on our platforms. I mean, right now we've been talking about this minimum damage game that's going on right now, and it's minimum damage / timeout bases and whatnot. It's one strategy, but it's a departure that we have from something we haven't seen in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect that we're going to see more turrets that are going to overcome the deflections of the Tier 7 hulls.
Yeah, speaking of turrets that are going to overcome deflection, well, I guess that'll be another slide. Anyway, Chameleon TR Prime, if you really want to build a generalist for siege targets, here you go.
Yeah, I don't understand this whole thing. Like, oh, you're going to have to build a... This one sounds silly. The way they're sort of selling it, pushing it is like, oh, here's your really good expedition fleet. I'm like, I don't know that people have time to build fleets for it.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd build a fleet just for expeditions. That's such a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Reasons.
Yeah.
Unlock store. You got tokens, same numbers and prices we've been seeing lately. Charged armor. There's the sea armor, comes down a lot. Do we have no radioactive charged?
It's in the lock store.
Oh, lock store. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, sea armor. You're probably going to need some more of that to finish off your hydras and your buccaneers, especially buccaneers that seem to be tilted towards sea. Buccaneers, Boon, and Blood Hydra, 40 million each. I think the Boon was 50. I think they were both 50 million last time.
Were they? Yeah, I can't remember how much of a change they made. And that Chameleon. Yeah, I meant to put that slide after this. I'm not sure what I. Hopefully that slide doesn't show up again. But yeah, the PR Prime is 20 million. How much was the Chameleon last time? Was it? I think it was still 10 million, wasn't it, or was it 20?
I don't remember.
I didn't get it, so I don't remember.
Eon chain gun. I wanted to put this on my Zelos recently, and I realized I'd never got it. So there's that. Other charge C1X and C1M, which are going to help you in the FM. So, if you don't have these for your FM fleet, they're pretty cheap. Hydras. I think if you have to choose one, I like my Buccaneers better than my Hydras so far. I don't know what you guys think.
I haven't gotten any Hydras fully built yet to even find out.
Yeah.
I've got no, none for you. I've got 3 Hydras built and the Blood Hydra built, and I built the Blood with countermeasures, and then I built the other 3 with the capacitor, and they take a lot of damage. So, you think of a skill hole as being able to outrange targets and not take damage, and that's what I was thinking here. Is I just put the capacitor on and outrange everything, and it's just not happening. You still take, the ballistic shots, you still take the missile shots sometimes, and so I think maybe if you're still got Hydras to go, I'd probably put the Aegis on for defense rather than the capacitor.
Yeah, I have 4 blank Hydras and the Blood Hydra finished. Well, especially thanks to Santa Claus showing up last night, and but they're not equipped enough to participate in the raid. Yeah, they won't be ready till next raid, because there hasn't been any word as far as when the escalation weapons are going to show up, and there's been a lot of people hinting that they're hoping that they're not going to show up. But personally, I've been planning that they are showing up. So if they're not going to show up, I'd like to know about it sooner than later. Because I'm just sort of building my Hydras in a way waiting for the escalation weapon to show up.
Well, clarity of intent is what we've asked for a lot of, and I mean, it looks like some of it's changing, but still, it'd be nice to know.
Yep. All right, let's see what else we got out here. Lockdown rockets, just 1 million. These are really useful because if you want to defend against top-end ships and play this min damage game, you definitely want to slow them down. So lockdowns are good for that. Boulder Fist. I don't know. Are these that great? Really?
Well, I'm thinking I just
For the
sort of
price?
threw it up for the price.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the price.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I like my eviscerators.
Yeah. So I still don't understand I haven't built an eviscerator. I still don't understand them because they still have inherent to the hull. They only have a plus 25% ballistic range, while the Boulder Fist has plus 50, so they can actually outrange stuff. But the eviscerator is just straight up blitz hull.
Well, so what I did with my eviscerators, I put it with 7 sinful scatterguns, and then 1 Gatling for spotting. So I just use it with the Brennus and 2 Sloths and a King's Writ.
Okay.
It's kind of cool.
It chews up the 53s, doesn't it?
What was that?
So it chews up the 53s, doesn't it?
Yeah, all those level 53s. Yeah, they go down.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Hydra and Bucky build tokens. If you got to try to catch up, that's probably a pretty good deal. It's not too expensive.
Yeah, and it allows you to get quite a bit, because you also still have because I'm not used to them providing it both the skill and the auto haul. Usually, it's just one or the. It's just usually the one that's available in the TLC. But I guess they made them both available in the TLC.
Well, I mean, part of it might be just how accessible they've been for players, because I know, we did a poll yesterday, and there was still a majority of players. I mean, I was actually kind of shocked to see how many players still hadn't even finished their Buccaneer fleet, let alone start the Hydra. So that might be it. They might be seeing that a lot of people just don't have the stuff built yet.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, with these TLCs coming out, they just seem to be trying to give people bookings for these. It does make you think that. I don't know what these people are building, but
well, I mean, part of it with the Buccaneer is, if you built for the A set, you got to refit to do the S set, or at least you did from last month. I don't know what this month's going to hold. We might have to refit again. I mean, I don't know, man.
I mean, the main thing I'm going to get in this raid is I'm going to spend pretty much since the redeem is at 20. I'm going to use this raid just to get titanium. 2 million for 10,000 titanium.
It's such a bad deal. Don't do that, please. Oh my god. These resources are just like,
that still burns my ass that they're trying to monetize that in the raid. I mean, they've done a lot of good things in the last month, as opposed to all of 2017. But damn, that's one of the things they've got to look at and stop. And just knock that nickel and dime shit off.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Locked store, C1R 6 million. I guess that was coming. And then other big ones: Executioner 2 and Thermobaric Casing 4. And then that new armor we talked about. So this is stuff you're gonna want for base defense, because here's that Executioner 2. Of course, the big number, damage 374, split over 2 salvo. So actually, maybe still not really enough to crack a lot of tier 6.5.
Wait. There's something new. What's a bonus group tier 7 penetrative?
So
And a duplicate bonus
Think of it-
group cap.
Think of it like an aura cap.
yeah. So these guys will buff each other. They're in the tier 7 penetrative group. So you get 2 of them, and then they boost each other 25% each. So this can start going up, right? You get 2 of those, it's a 50% boost.
I like it. It allows them to provide a little bit of flexibility on the power of the weapon. The more they release, the more powerful they become. Right now, it has a redeem limit of 2, so you're only going to get the plus 50. Once the point, they can get it up to 200% as the tier 7 hulls progress. So it's smart. I like it.
But I guess my point is, they took away the stackable fire supports and everything else, but now they're building them back in a different way.
In a controlled way.
Yeah, they're putting a limit on them.
Okay.
And they're using the wrong hits again.
Here we go.
I was trying not to say anything.
Yeah, well,
You keep on swinging the damn mouse around.
Yeah.
You bastard.
You know how to use the laser pointer, right, Larry? There you go.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
zap!
There you go.
All right. And then paired up with the thermobaric casing, faster speed, more damage. So, you get this. You put the attack, attack transformer on. You maybe some.
There's another one. There's another one. There's another special that will stack with it. I didn't
All
put
right,
it. Well, at least it'll stack with thermobaric.
Yeah, they won't stack in the game right now. It's been sent in, but yeah, all those penetrative damage buff specials aren't able to stack. Like if you try and build it right now, even on old builds, it won't let you. Something got boffed.
Well, how would you? Okay. And this is it. It is in the retro lab. I screenshot and overlaid the actual numbers. If you have it at R15 in the retro lab, which increases your penetrative damage. So, no, it seems like I wish this came out earlier. All this and the Executioner came out. Maybe the same time that the Onslaught came out, or a TLC the next week. Because
maybe.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that like to coin related to PvP also don't like having people run over their bases with, So it would have been nice that they could have. But a lot of people might have coined some of this in order to stop people from getting into their bases. Could be wrong, but Ron, would you coin this?
Would I coin that? I would never coin one of those.
Okay. All right. Oh, you would only coin the chips to hit, not
I would
the
get base parts. I'll coin chips, but I won't coin that stuff, especially since it has no difference whatsoever.
Well, I'm talking about the Executioner. Not so much the thermobaric casing, but the Executioner.
No, yeah, that's what we were talking about was the Executioner. No, I wouldn't coin one. I use base parts. You can use base parts to put them all on however you want.
Yeah, except for...
and
they said it was 6 days,
structure...
16 hours.
They did say it was 6 days?
6 days, 16 hours.
After base parts or with base parts?
Before base parts.
Yeah, before anything. The base build time is 6 days, 16 hours.
So no, I would never coin that.
So it's instant.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. That's surprising. I was expecting 23 days or something like that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other thing that...
there could be a limited edition of that coming.
Yeah.
Well, there is. It's already limited. You're limited to 2.
Yeah, but it could be... Okay, maybe not limited, but something along the lines of a boss
special version. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
the Deadeye Executioner too.
Right.
And it's the power consumed by the Executioner 2 is 25% more than anything else we've ever seen, or 23.9 or something. So it's
I thought they said the power is 14,000 on it.
which is 23% more than your Epic Cat.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, which is like 10. It was like 10,250 or 10,750. I forget the number right off the top of my head.
Obviously, the only thing to build it on is 9.
Yeah, the Epic Cat I think was 10.7 or something like that. It's around. It's 10.750, I think.
Yeah, 10,750. All those three were. That's why I was sort of thinking this was going to be the 23-day range. I'm really glad to hear that it's only,
6 days, 16 hours.
Okay.
It's one of the why I said, in this last month we've had more of a turnaround in progress than we did all of 2017.
Well, and that was, I sent you a message and I sent Hefe a message about this earlier. Kixeye appears to be listening. With Rakin taking the reins, they appear to be listening. No more 2 holes. We're only going to be 1 hole. They're going to give us time to build. Now, I do expect a little bit of an increase in build times to make up for that difference. They don't want to give us all that free build time.
Mm-hmm.
But they're also putting the ball back in our court and how we decide we want to build ships.
Yeah, that site's coming up.
Well, yeah, exactly. I understand. I'm just saying, instead of bitching at Kix, I'm actually saying, hey, this could be a good change. I'm going to hold my breath because personal experience with Kixeye is, here's 2 good things. Oh, we're going to take 5 things and make them worse. But
I'm glad you said that, because for a minute there I thought you were being too bright and your disposition was too sunny. I thought it was a sign of the apocalypse.
No. The apocalypse is here, dude. And you're still verbose.
It happened about 13 months ago.
You're going to write the next War and Peace, aren't you?
I wish.
Mr. Verbosity himself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, what was that?
Okay.
Go back. There we go.
Yeah. GD Rakin made a post.
She's as loquacious as I am, so
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, she's just really happy playing the game now, seeing these new changes. So
Yeah, with that PlayStation controller. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
whatever she's playing, I'm in.
Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, she'd be sitting in the chair, and that's not a.
Larry, you know that what she would be playing with you is, let's stick him in an ice bath and take his kidneys, right?
Okay.
Okay, he's in.
I have 2. I can spare 1. You want to do it twice?
Is that the modern version of Operation?
Yeah. Okay, doctor. Please.
We're going to take 1 lobe of your liver. Okay. And 1 lung. Okay.
On that note.
Well, synergies always play their G string. I do personally, but that's just because of the plastic seat cushion I have. But oh
man.
Okay. All right. So there's a big post on the Kixeye site. Go read it. I mean, the short answer is they're going to stick with the 4-month cycle, but they're going to go to 1 haul instead of 2. And instead of these 2 different hauls, you're going to have 1 haul, but more CICs, more weapons, and more specials, so that you have more choice in how you build the ship. Which
in
sounds
other words,
good to me.
Yes, I agree. In other words, their test failed, and they're going back to what worked.
Yeah.
I don't know that it was a test. I mean, the thing is they knew that they had messed up before. They had acknowledged it before, but they decided to keep on repeating their damn mistakes. And I just couldn't fathom why they continued to insist on repeating the same mistakes that weren't working over and over again, which,
Well, unfortunately, it took them too long to study the numbers. I mean, you think these guys are professionals at studying results, and it took them too long. They kept thinking, we'll give it a chance to work. It'll work. No, it didn't work. You screwed up. You cost yourself a lot of players. But thank you now for trying to fix it.
Yeah. I think we'll just see less tokens on certain things. They've been glutting us with token offers in the TLCs. So, yeah, it'll change. That'll take a chore away, I think.
Yeah. Personally,
You know?
for me, the worst thing that they could do at this point is extend build times. We actually now have an opportunity to be able to adjust the hulls the way we want to. We can afford to make mistakes on fitting boats because we'll have more time to refit without all the pressure of building two fleets.
No, I think it's great. I mean, I really like this. It really brings it, because at this point, I may build, 8 of them, 8 ships, and if we have time, and have them fit in different ways, for different purposes. And the other thing, that this is, I just took this just from his quick and dirty part, and then I modified it. The other huge thing is there's not going to be 2 targets anymore, which is,
We hope.
I think that, no, that's what he said.
Well, that's what he said. I'm just saying we hope, because I mean, even if you design one hull and CICs to make it, a dual purpose thing, you're still choosing a path. And I mean, we've had how long of 2 different targets because they couldn't design one target for both choices.
Yeah.
So we hope. I hope anyway.
Yeah, because going into the TLC, the time limited campaigns, that was really, that drove a lot of people away that were trying to come back to the game and whatnot. There was huge problems associated with that. And this is a breath of fresh air, even though it's sort of going back to the way things used to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, a breath of fresh air. It's you don't have dual hulls, you don't have dual TLCs, you don't have, well, I built Hydras for this, now you tell me I need Buccaneers, or vice versa. I mean, it's the right way, the right thing for the game.
I was going to comment on those assets as well, Larry, but just saying.
Well,
do we have a ticket of the week this week?
It's not really a ticket of the week. It's close. No, it's
we have a post of the week.
Yes.
I remember seeing this one.
Yeah.
Boy.
I don't know if it's because their names in blue and they're called moderators. I don't know if they officially represent Kixeye. I know they're able to kick people off the forum and ban them forever, but it seems like, I don't know.
Should I read the definition of apparent authority, or we can just let everyone Google apparent authority? Everyone can Google. No, everyone can Google apparent authority.
Okay, all right. It basically appears that now that it's highly recommended that you videotape all your gameplay, if according to the response that the way I read this. That's now a recommendation from Kixeye. At least the way I'm reading this, but I could be wrong. I mean, do you see any? Is anybody else reading that?
Yeah, I mean, right.
Here, the thing is that what the OP is essentially saying is that CS sticks you in a catch-22. Because if you ever try and send in a ticket saying, hey, I was, the game was lagging and I was trying to record my hit and da-da-da-da-da, they're going to say, go pound sand because recording is going to cause the lag, right? But then you send in another ticket and they're like, oh, well, record it, when it happens, so we see it. Well, you can't have it both ways. You can't tell someone to do something that you then turn around and say, well, we're going to use that as an excuse for telling you it's your fault.
Yeah, and then we're told that he needs to upgrade his computer in order to
play a flash game.
Yeah, play a flash game.
And record it, and record it constantly. That you're supposed to be 24/7 recording whatever you do, and that's
Well, somebody else made a post that Windows 10 has decided to do that for you. That it'll record everything.
I don't know that it's Windows 10, but I think it's like NVIDIA graphics drivers or something can do that.
Yeah, with my NVIDIA, I have the option of doing that.
Yeah.
It'll record 5 minutes. It'll record everything and keep 5 minutes like on a buffer. And if you want to see it, you just go back. But yeah.
Yeah, but he's talking about problems with his shipyard. So that might take, he might have to have this thing up while he's not even there. I mean, shipyard issues take place over time, Yeah, it would be hilarious if somebody stayed on and sent them like a 24-hour video of their face.
No comment.
Oh man. Yeah, you know what? I do have a video of that. It's buried in this 37-minute video clip.
No. Just at one point, make a 24-hour tape of your base, everything you're doing, and then they ask for a
video link. You click on
video link. Oh, it's in here. It's in here. Yes. Hey, oh yeah, I'm sure CS would watch that.
That's actually a phenomenal idea. I might have to actually try that.
37-minute video.
Okay.
That'd be funny.
Okay. Well, I'll take you off present. I think that's our last slide.
Yeah, I might need to run actually, but
yeah, actually, I'm gonna go and finish up what I was gonna do. So it's been fun. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, let's shut down the broadcast. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Good luck in the raid.
I'm not shutting it down. Anybody like to join us? I put the link on the right-hand side, and we'll shut down in a moment. But feel free to. Good luck in the raid, everybody. I mean,
Bye-bye.
We need to do well in the FM. So feel free to join us in the after show. Who knows what we're talking about? Bye.